In this video, I'm going to be explaining how to dissect a monthly point of interest in order to know the smaller time frame between 4 hour, 1 hour time frame point of interest to focus on. Now, why this is relevant is because when you see a big point of interest, like the monthly point of interest, this zone right here is a zone that we've been anticipating to see price come into for months, and it took quite some time for price to get into that position. But now when price is in this position, this is a very wide position. We don't really know which aspects of this position that we're going to be anticipating for price to react from. So what we now do is we start to scale in. We look at the weekly time frame, and on the weekly time frame you can see we have an inefficiency right here, and also we have another inefficiency right here. So which one of these inefficiencies is price actually hunting for? Now nobody knows which one of them. All we can do is to scale down to lower time frames, and then when we scale down to a lower time frame, now on the daily time frame, we can see that the inefficiency right here has already been filled. So what we do is we remove this, because now it means that the only inefficiency to work with is the one resting right here. Now this is also a very big inefficiency to work with as well, because we're trying to see how we can scale down to a 1 hour time frame point of interest, and then that means when price taps into our 1 hour point of interest, we'll be looking for a 5 minute shift in market structure. Now the next thing we do is we scale down to 4 hour time frame, and on the 4 hour time frame we scale back to that position, and what do we see on the 4 hour time frame? We see this inefficiency right here, and also this inefficiency right here. Price already tapped into this inefficiency, but it didn't fill it completely. Now what else do we see right here? We see a candle without wicks. Now one thing to understand is that when you see a candle without wicks, this is the market telling you that there's liquidity resting beneath this candle without wicks. So what we do is we mark this zone, this particular candle without wicks, we mark it, and then the next thing we do is we want to see every single detail in this position on the 1 hour time frame. And if we go to the 1 hour time frame, what do we see right here? We see that now this was the last sale. After that last sale, we had this impulsive move. Now price has already tapped into this inefficiency. That means if for any reason we come into this position, even if it's to just tap into this line, we will be looking for a 5 minute shift in market structure. Does that make sense? So the 5 minute shift in market structure, once we see that, we'll be looking for potential buys to continue to the upside. So I'm going to be ending this video here, and in the next video I'm going to be explaining how to get entry positions after price has tapped into this point of interest.